Hey guys, welcome back to the JTO channel. And this is your match preview of Real Madrid versus Chelsea, the second leg. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Chelsea will be at the Santiago Bernabeu, uh, 3-1 down on aggregate. So the question is, can we make a comeback? Can we do something that's against the odds, something that, hasn't been done much? There's only been one team ever to come back from a two-goal deficit, and that was Manchester United against PSG in the Champions League. Do you remember when Lukaku, funnily enough, scored two goals and Rashford bagged the pen in the end? Unfortunately, Lukaku will not be at the game tomorrow because he has tested. No, he's actually just injured. I think he has an Achilles problem, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, he's not going to travel. He hasn't traveled. You know what I'm saying? So he's not going to be involved in tomorrow at all. But that was the last time a team came back from a two-goal deficit after losing at home. By the way, that's the key word here. Okay, because PSG went to Manchester United, they won 3-1 away, and nobody's ever come back. Has made a comeback and gone through to the quarterfinals after losing their first leg at home. So we'll see if we can be the second team to do that tomorrow. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. Not in my opinion anyway. Do I have belief? Of course I do. Because, there's the Champions League and anything can happen in it. But it's the opponent. It's Real Madrid. Man United faced PSG. They're known for bottling it. Real Madrid are not known for bottling many of these situations. When they're 3-1 up, they normally don't crumble from this point. So it's gonna be a really tough game tomorrow. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel and Mateo Kovacic gave their press conferences, and if you didn't know, obviously Chilwell's obviously out. We all know that already. Hudson-Odoi is out; he's not traveling. Ross Barkley's ill, but it's not like we care anyway. Hopefully, he gets well soon, of course. But it's not like he was gonna make a impact. Let's just say for tomorrow's game. And Lukaku is obviously not travelled with the team. He has an injury. Aspilicueta recovered quick though. Bloody hell! Like this guy tested for COVID probably on what? Saturday morning, probably Friday last night, Friday, and then within 2 days the guy's just negative and he's travelled with the team all of a sudden. I mean, I don't know if anyone's recovered from COVID that quickly. I don't remember if anyone's recovered from COVID that quick. So fair play to Aspie. He's obviously available for tomorrow, which is very important. You always want your captain there for, games like this, big stages like this, and you need your leaders, and Aspie's obviously one of them. So in terms of team news, that's it. Thomas Tuchel did do his press conference and talked about the chances of us going through. As long as, we go out there, give 100%, play well, and refuse to believe that we're out until we're actually out, then, you know, maybe we can go out there, put in a performance tomorrow, and regardless of the result, we can at least be a bit proud of our team. But obviously, 3-1 down, it's not easy to come back from that. That Mendy mistake felt like the tie was over in a way. But we'll see. In terms of a lineup, I think we're going to go with a 3-4-3. I think in goal is going to be Mendy, just giving you my sort of lineup prediction now. It's going to be Mendy in goal. I think a back three of Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and Aspilicueta for me. I saw the way Tuchel said that Christensen, he made a mistake playing Christensen there against Vinicius Jr. So that sort of tells me that he's not going to play him tomorrow. Just based off the fact that he just said he made a mistake playing Christensen there. So I don't think he is going to play Christensen tomorrow at right centre back. It'll be Aspilicueta there. Now, I know people are even more worried about that. I know people are worried about Aspilicueta versus Vinicius Jr. But look, I'm not going to lie. Despite Vinicius Jr.'s improvements, people said this last year. When Aspilicueta played right wing back, um, everyone was worried about Vinicius Jr. Oh my God, Vinicius Jr. versus Aspilicueta. Well, overall, Aspilicueta dealt with him. Did he? Didn't he? He did. I'm not going to say it was like light work, but, it wasn't like Vinicius Jr., you know, did a madness against him. I thought overall Aspilicueta done him, pocketed him. Now, tomorrow it's going to be a bit different. One, Aspilicueta will not be playing right wing back. He'll be playing right centre back. Second of all, Vinicius Jr. has improved. Not just in output, his intelligence, his decision making as well. His link up plays a lot better. So, yeah, in terms of that, it makes it a little bit harder. So we should rely on Aspilicueta's sort of experience, you know, When does he get tight to Vinicius? Does he step back a bit and wait for him to come at him? There's a few decisions that Azpilicueta does have to make for tomorrow's game, and hopefully his experience just comes through and leads us defensively to be solid, because it's not just him, it's Benzema too, bro. Like, you know, it's very hard for me not to say that Real Madrid will. It's very hard for me to say that we will keep a clean sheet tomorrow. Let's just put it like that. Um, I think Real Madrid might get a goal. I think there's a good chance they will get a goal. And it's key that if they do score, we have to be winning the game. But yeah, I'll talk about that a bit later on. Right wing back, Reece James for me. I know people are calling for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I could, in a way, understand it because he brought something different to that right hand side, and it could be a similar tactic to what Ancelotti did with Valverde. When you played him down that right hand side and provided that just extra, just that extra midfielder to help out, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe Ruben could do something like that, but for me, you play Reece James, you play your best players in their positions, and Reece James, right wing back, it's as simple as that, bro. We need goals tomorrow, and Reece James is one of the best strikers of the ball, and he's gonna go forward a lot, I'm guessing, potentially. So yeah, Reece James should play there. None of this Ruben stuff, and hopefully Reece James can maybe help out Azpilicueta with Vinicius, because he couldn't help out Christensen last week, because I just think the positions Vinicius was picking up was, you know, that's why Reece James was just like, every time Vinicius got on the ball, Reece James was like all the way there, and they were never close to each other. But you saw in the second half, after we changed formation, Reece James did pocket Vinicius for the second half, to be fair. So hopefully Reece James can do something similar tomorrow, but for the whole game. And when Aspi's in trouble, make sure you cover him, help him out as well. That's key. Left wing back, Marcos Alonso. There's not really there's not really any other choice. The key for tomorrow with Marcos is I need him to help out whoever is gonna occupy that left hand side of the pitch, because I think the shape that we play in tomorrow's game will be different to the shape we played last week. And I'll get to that later when we get to the forward and who I would play. But Alonso's got to be bombing down that wing, man, putting good crosses in. Make sure your goal threat, be a threat of set pieces or something like that as well when you need to be. We just need Alonso just to put in a good performance tomorrow. Defensively, I'm not actually too worried for tomorrow with him, because unless it's Rodrigo, I think we could be in trouble. And yeah, whatever setup Ancelotti goes with will determine a lot in terms of what happens in this game, because boy, not many people do know. Although I do think I know what he will do, but you never know. He could change his mind and do a madness. But yeah, Marcos Alonso should play left wing back, and unless Rodrigo's playing, I don't think he should be caused too much trouble by Real Madrid's right hand side, in my opinion. Anyway, two midfielders. It's really simple. Kovacic has to play against his former club. He'll be determined at the Santiago Bernabeu. We got to move the ball quickly. We got to make sure Real Madrid try to press us. Although that's very unlikely in my opinion. I think they will sit back. But tomorrow, the key thing for tomorrow is we have to start fast. We've got to start like a house on fire, like we did against Southampton. We've got to get on the ball. We've got to move it quickly. We've got to make the passes quicker as well. We got to we just got to do everything quick in terms of build up, creating chances, pressing, anything that will just make us better for tomorrow. Just the way we start against Southampton is the way I need us to start against Real Madrid, if you know what I'm saying. And I think the key to that will be Kovacic and N'Golo Kante beside them. Jorginho, like I said, last week he slowed a lot of the play down. Yes, he got an assist, but he slowed a lot of the play down last week. And I didn't really like that. We didn't move the ball too quickly. And I feel like those two, in terms of if you're looking at pace, if you're looking at energy, if you're looking at two people who are press resistant, if you're looking at guys that can do something going forward for the team and make those progressive passes and use their assets like dribbling and stuff like that, then those two for me are the best, at least out of all of the all the midfielders we have to do that. So those two should play for me. Now, this is not going to be a front three. It's not going to be like two tens and one up front. It's going to be 1 10 and two players up front. The first one, Mason Mount, has to play in that 10 tomorrow, bro. Like, that performance he put in against Southampton, for me personally, was probably his best performance of the season. Forget even the 2 goals and the assist he got. Performance-wise, it was the best. The guy was everywhere. And this is what I want Mason Mount to do. And maybe this is why Mason couldn't do this last week. In the 3-4-3, he was mainly on the right-hand side to do his thing, and he didn't play well. In this game, he had a free role. Tuchel said, do what you want, bro. Go to the left, go to the right, be in the middle, dictate the way we attack. Make those passes to Ruben, to Alonso, to Timo in behind. Drop deep, be part of the build-up. Find those passes. Get forward if you have to try and even get a goal. Bro, Mason Mount was doing everything against Southampton, and I need something similar to that because he needs to help out in midfield. That's key as well. Okay, and with this free role, I think Tuchel will give him the license to help to help N'Golo Kante and Kovacic in the midfield to stop Modric in particular getting the ball and being in acres of space every single time. The reason why we were so poor against Real Madrid is because their midfield overloaded ours. And Mason Mount tomorrow, I think in this 10, he'll have a free role. Not like in last week's game, because in last week's game, he was in a fixed position that he had to stay in. And if he didn't stay in that shape, it probably would have disrupted the shape that we had throughout that whole game. Even though it didn't work, you guys know what I mean by that. So I feel like in this game, if he has a free role, if he can drop deep, get on the ball, make those passes left, right, link up the play, and create chances for the team, Mason, I think, will do well. That number 10 role in this system is very, very good because in general, I actually don't think Mason's a number 10. But in this system, to be that glue between the midfield of Kovacic and Kante to then the attack, I think is very key because he'll be able to help us defensively and he can easily turn that into a 3-5-2, but he can also help us going forward and turn it into a 3 up front, or he can just be that 10 in behind, being that creative spark that he's shown that he can be with his nice passes, his weight of pass, his chance creation, his 1-2s, his shots from outside the box as well, if he can do that too. That's very key for tomorrow. Now, the two up front, Kai Havertz is one of them. Absolutely. He got 45 minutes rest against Southampton, did what he had to do. We all know he's going to play this game. Now, the other one, people have been calling for Timo Werner. For me personally, no. And this is where I now talk about Real Madrid and what their approach could potentially be. Right. In my opinion, tomorrow, right, Real Madrid do not need to attack. People on Twitter have been telling me that Timo Werner should play in this game. One, because he played well against Southampton. And two, last season, we created so many chances against Real Madrid with Timo Werner in the team. Oh, he stretched out Real Madrid. Okay, first of all, I said this in my last video. This is Ancelotti. Okay, he would have learnt from last year. So tactically, they're not going to make the same mistakes they did last year because Ancelotti's a better manager. Second of all, the team has improved. And third of all, it was 1-1 in the first leg. So in terms of the second leg, it was still 50-50. And then after we scored, early in the game, 28 minutes in, Real Madrid chased the game. It left space in behind. Timo Werner cooked. No surprises there. He had a high line to deal with and he dealt with it well and took advantage. And we had many transitions because we were winning the game and Real Madrid were chasing it. In this game, if you think that they're going to play a high line, if they see Timo Werner starting, do you seriously think they're going to play a high line, control the game and try to flip and score goals? No, they don't have to do that. They'll just sit back, bro. They will just sit back and defend and go on the counter attack because they can. They can. They can do that if Rodrigo starts. They can do that with Vinicius, bro. And that could expose us. And guess what that makes Timo? Useless. He'll be useless. So for that reason alone, Pulisic should start in this game. I know he was poor in the last game. I know he was shocking. But if you're talking about in terms of technical ability, build-up, being press resistant, certain characteristics are needed in this game. And Pulisic has them, okay? Yes, he was poor in the last game, and he knows that. But so was Mason Mount. And everyone's screaming for Mason Mount to play, aren't they? Okay? I know Ziyech would be a shout to play in the 2 with Kai Havertz. Well, in general, people would shout for Ziyech to play. A front 3 of Ziyech, Mason, and Havertz. But for me, the shape I want is a 3-4-1-2. I want Mason in the 10 alone with 2 sort of strikers up front with him. And Pulisic, I think, suits this game better than Timo Werner does because Pulisic does not need a high line for him to do his thing, bro. Okay? They can be in a mid block and I still think Pulisic can be more useful than Timo. If they just sit back, what's Timo going to do? Okay? I know he played well against Southampton, but they played a high line. They played a high line. They gave him bucket loads of chances. If you think Real Madrid, yeah, are going to do the same thing Southampton did, then you are a silly, silly person, bro. Respectfully, you're silly. And you don't watch football. So to all them kids at me on Twitter, oh, Timo Werner should play. No. No. Because Real Madrid are not Southampton. Real Madrid are not going to play a high line. Real Madrid are not going to be risky. Why? Because they don't have to be risky. The key to tomorrow's game to end this off with, because I'm not going to lie, I don't have a score prediction for you guys. Because I genuinely don't know. My heart keeps changing the scoreline and my head keeps changing the scoreline. But one thing I do know for a fact is, yeah, if we're going to win this game, I don't think we'll win it in 90 minutes. But the key to tomorrow, in order for me to have hope and actually believe that we can do this, at halftime, we have to be winning. We have to be winning. Because the longer this game goes, Real Madrid will just get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. They will just sit back, defend. If they have to control the ball, just move it about, they will do that. And it will make it even harder and harder for us to break them down and score goals. That's why tomorrow we have to start fast. We have to start like a house on fire. We have to move the ball quickly. We can't let them have the ball. And I think the person that could be key to that is Mason Mount, because he'll be the link between the defense and the attack. If Timo Werner starts tomorrow, you can kiss goodbye to going to the semi-finals. Because if Real Madrid see Timo Werner starting, guess what they're going to do? They will literally sit back. I promise you. And yeah, that is my preview, guys. It's key tomorrow that we have to be winning the game when it's half time. When it's half time, Chelsea have to be winning. And it's as simple as that. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Tell me your score prediction down below. Tell me your lineup prediction down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the play ratings and the match review. Come on, you Blues. Let's make this comeback possible. And yeah, peace.